Today happens to be a really nice day outside. Kind of a shame I have to go to work in a couple of minutes. But today I wanted to talk about something that I haven't been able to research as thoroughly as I'd like because sadly there's very little information on her. And she would be the goddess Lofn, titled the Comforter as well as the goddess of forbidden loves. I feel like by those who don't try to research her, she's often misunderstood. People read forbidden love and can make the assumption of adultery, infidelity, and that is not at all what Lofn stands for. Somewhere in the Icelandic sagas, she was given authority, or perhaps it was the Poetic Edda, I might have to double check that. She was given authority to bless unions that had previously been forbidden by jarls, kings, rulers, even Odin or Frigg. She is there to protect people who fall in love and essentially protect them from anyone who thinks their union is a bad idea for whatever reason. So in the modern times, she is very liberal. When it comes to the LGBTQ community, they all look to her for, people think gay people shouldn't be together. People think whoever shouldn't be together. They're looking to Lofn for protection. But even more so than that, her other title, the Comforter, and that speaks to her experience with pain and all the pain that love can bring. I read a story, and I couldn't find anything to confirm where this story came from, whether it was part of the myths or if someone essentially made it up. But from my experiences with Lofn, I think that there is something to this story. And it goes something like this. Lofn and her best friend, or considered a sister, Sjóvan, were stuck in Alfheim. And, they were best friends. They wanted to get out of Alfheim. They ended up having to betray each other in order to leave. Lofn was more so the betrayer than Sjóvan. And they both ended up coming to regret it. And they eventually both got out of Alfheim together after having come back and forgiven each other. But sadly, their relationship is forever damaged, and they're no longer the best friend sisters that they once were. They just kind of look at each other and have love, but don't want to spend too much time together. And I think that we all have relationships like this at some point. We make mistakes, or we think we need to do things that maybe there's a better way. And this damages relationships. And this has a lot to do with how Lofn is there for us as a goddess. It's easy to want to take a break from putting yourself out there, from opening your heart, or wanting to give up on it completely after you get hurt. Lofn is the goddess for people who aren't afraid to keep putting themselves out there. I've seen very few depictions of Lofn in artwork. I've seen her described as muscular and athletic through some writings, but sadly I've never seen artwork depicting her that way. She's just kind of depicted as a mother figure standing over two lovers. In most artworks, usually it looks like she's marrying two people. But I would love to see more artwork. Maybe I'll have to find someone to draw that for me. Because I've always pictured her that way. Someone playful, athletic, muscular. It's commonly agreed upon by pagans that she loves games. There's sadly not much else. It's about all the information we have. I could tell you some ways to work with her. I myself have taken out a deck of cards and while speaking with her, just played a game of war. It's a card game that essentially plays itself, so it's kind of easy to play with at an altar with a deity. It is said that she accepts almost all offerings. Like, while most gods prefer, a brewed alcohol or a tea or a fresh juice, you can give Lofn soda, and as long as your heart's in it, she won't complain, because she sees herself as our friend, not as a professional relationship. She sees her relationships with her followers to be more personal. Well, hopefully this was helpful to somebody out there. If anyone has questions, let me know. I'd love to do more videos about Lofn in the future. I just kind of started not really knowing what I want to talk about today. And to Lofn.